Pat Summitt becoming a mother made her a better coach. At least that's what her former captain, LVFL Shelley Sexton believes. Pat also won 6 more national championships after having her son, Tyler. But trying to do both wasn't always encouraged.
Do you understand me? Down that squat, sprint hard! I have had people tell me when I started having children, oh, there's no way you're going to coach and be a mom too. And I said, you know what, I'm going to prove you wrong.
Collier, captain of the first Lady Vols team to win a national championship in 1987, eventually became a highly successful high school basketball coach. She led the Webb Lady Spartans to 10 state championship games, winning 6. Though early in her career she wanted to be a collegiate coach, but Summitt didn't believe the timing was right.
Pat Summitt and Leon Barmore both told me not to get into college coaching at the time. Pat looked at me at one time because there was a position open and I was hoping to join that staff. She said, I just can't look at you and have you go recruit for 2 weeks and be gone from your kids.
As the landscape and industry of women's basketball improved, the concept of being able to do both is welcomed more than ever.
I'm really excited that women are now that are in college coaching, that are having children. I think that's wonderful. I think you're sending a message that family is important and that you don't have to give up what you love to do just because you're a mother.
Though no one ever said motherhood would be easy, and trying to be a coach certainly requires the ability to multitask.
We can multitask, which Pat was the queen of that, multitasking.
Something Collier is all too familiar with, raising 4 daughters.
When we were growing together and I was still coaching, I would pack up their stuff in their little backpacks. We would have 6 a.m.s and I would have their stuff. I would pick them up, put them in the car, sleep. We would drive up to the Webb School of Knoxville and I would take them out, sit them down and practice. I don't know how, that was survival mode. I honestly look back on it now and don't know how I did it.
Before she even got to the stage where she'd load the car to take her daughters to basketball practice, Collier's first stop after leaving the delivery room was to see her former coach, Pat Summitt.
The first stop from St. Mary's when we had her, this now changed the hospital over by Fulton. That's where I had all my daughters, and the first stop on the way home was to see Pat. So she actually held every one of my children before I went home on the way home, and they grew up knowing Pat.
What were maybe some of the encouraging messages that she gave you?
Well, she said, you know, everybody's going to try to tell you how to raise your daughter, or how to raise your children. No one knows better than you do, number one. You raise your children how you want to. That was part of her advice to me, and then not worry about what everybody thinks.
Collier certainly took that to heart when she had her last born, Brittany. Just days after giving birth, she left the team speechless when she showed up for the team's rivalry match between her Webb Lady Spartans and Catholic.
The next day, after I had Brittany, we were supposed to play. I said, I'm going home. I'm coaching. I'm not going to miss this game. My players didn't even know it was coming. Our coaching staff was prepared to coach. I come walking in Catholic, and their mouth just dropped. Like, what are you doing here? Yes. And my mom was so mad at me for going, and my husband goes, you better not get up out of that seat. And I think one of my players didn't really like me that much. That right there turned her name is Lindy Cohen. She immediately there was just a bond between us. And
wow.
I can't explain it, but I won her over. And we ended up winning the game, so that was good.
You doing that really highlights how much your teams are also an extension of a family for you. What is it like kind of having multiple families, multiple generations of families through your years of coaching as well?
It's wonderful. I feel like I have a whole, these are all like my daughters in a way, in a sense.
Yeah.
They know that I care about them, and we talk about, basketball, and what you're learning out here is not just basketball, it's about life, and this is equipping you for tools that are going to help you be able to get through situations and adversity down the road that you may not get through it had you not gone through this.
Becoming a mother also gave Collier a new perspective to coaching, similar to the change she saw in her head coach.
It was really wonderful also to see her have that experience as a mom. I think it changed her, it helped her be a better coach, because I think it helped her relate to her players. Not that she got any softer, but kind of sort of she did. I think when you have your own children, you just kind of have a different perspective. It brings another extra layer to you as a coach.
As Lady Vols Kim Caldwell prepares to welcome in her first child while navigating her first season at Tennessee, Collier says it's important to remember it takes a village no matter what.
I'm very excited for Coach Caldwell, for Kim, because she's going to be a great mom. There's no calling like being a mother. I know it's her first year, and people may look at that like, well, how does she? I'm just excited for her because, now it's not the same as, in the past where people frowned upon that. And I think genuinely everyone's really excited about her being a mom and a coach.
Like when to go for it on 4th down, or when to kick the field goal or go for the touchdown. It's also important to make the right insurance decisions too. That's why my office, Trey McAdams State Farm, is here to help you select the right protection at the right price. Our office will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect when the unexpected happens. With Trey McAdams State Farm, it's easy to make the right call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Proud sponsor of the Tennessee Vols.